Everybody, it's Derek here again. Welcome to my channel. First off, I want to thank everybody for being so kind about me having to use circular needles. Like I said in the previous video, I really prefer my straights, but I just can't. I can't do it right now. I just can't. And probably for the foreseeable future, it's going to be just me and my circular needles, but that's okay, because you know what? I'm still knitting. I'm still knitting, and that's okay. I hope everybody is doing well. I should have some happy mail hopefully coming today. Let me pull out some more yarn. I know you can see Bella back there. I have a guest. I have my guest there. Oh, she's moving on down the line, I guess. We do have a sectional that goes around, so they love to lay on the back of the sectional. But I will say, even though I'm knitting on circulars, I am knitting on zings. These are zings. Oh, and I guess I should show this. I just had to go. Working with that Aran all the time, it's too thick for me. I'm weird. I'm the opposite of a lot of people. A lot of people can work on thicker yarns and thicker needles and it doesn't bother them. And me, I'm the opposite. I do better on thinner, finer needles and thinner yarns. But this is a cardigan I'm making, my own design. This is a basket weave pattern. And I think y'all can see that if I put it up to the camera. Yep, it's a basket weave design. Oh, and something else. So I told y'all that I took out those other pieces because I just, for some reason, didn't like the ribbing. I went back to the twisted rib. However, on this one I didn't. What I did is I switched my techniques. And, and by the way, I do know, y'all can see, I chopped off my hair. I cut my hair off. I'm on some medications, and I made my hair so thin, it was time for it to go. So I just chopped it off. Anyway, beside the point. So I was back to the twisted rib. So I decided to try to go ahead and knit plain ribbing, 1x1 rib, continental, my original method of knitting when I first started, 30 years ago. And it turned out so lovely. I was so pleased with how beautiful it turned out. I'm not one to brag about myself or my own knitting, but I am about this because it turned out so very, very well. It looked so neat and so well. So yes, I am very proud of that. And this is a one for me. I have got it in my head. I think I'm going to start doing some baby ones. Just to kind of have some little bit faster projects and different things. And because really there's no time limit on these that I do for myself. There's no time limit. So I can knit them at my leisure. I have been doing a little bit of crocheting as well. And I guess I should show that. I really should show that. And y'all have not seen me crochet at all on here yet. So you know what? I am going to put this down and I'm going to grab my crochet so y'all can see me do some of that as well. Let me get to a certain point here. Okay. I'm going to put this down in my basket. So I keep my knitting in a basket here next to my chair, and then I keep my crochet in my stool, in my little footstool. So hold on just a second, guys. So this is an Afghan I'm working on, a granny square Afghan. This is a beautiful variegated. I know it looks red, kinda, but it's not. It's actually different shades of pink, and then white. So I'm doing 7 rounds of the variegated, and then 7 rounds of white, and just alternating it. And that's what I'm going to do with that one. I love this. I'm keeping this for myself because I love it so much. And I am doing a baby blanket that I started yesterday. I'm going to actually crochet on this one, but I'll show y'all the baby blanket. This is some beautiful yarn Joanne had, and it is the softest, shiniest yarn. And I'm just doing a baby blanket. You can see the pattern, and it's just going to go round and round and round, and I'll probably put a little shell border or something on it. But yeah, that's that part as well. So y'all actually getting to see some crochet today. Let me put this back. I'm sorry, guys. I should have had all this out, but I didn't. But that's okay. So I will do a little crochet, I guess. I need to finish a few rows on this anyway, so I can get back to my variegated color. Lost my train of thought there for a minute. But yeah, I really enjoy this a lot. One thing I will tell you about myself, I love granny squares. The only thing I don't like about granny squares, I don't know if some of you have experienced this or not. The centers like to pucker. If the centers are not tight enough, your very first round or two are not tight enough, it will like to pucker. And I hate that. Absolutely hate that. So I have looked at different ways of doing it. I've come up with some ways that work, some that don't. Well, this way that I have come up with, and now I have made another one before, made other ones that they didn't pucker. If it doesn't pucker, I keep going because, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. But I want to finish it if it does, because then it looks really, really nice. But this one does not. But it's because I decided to do a little bit of a different center to this one. This one does not even have chains in between the three double crochet shell in the US, and in UK it would be 3 trebles. It doesn't have that, because what I did is I did the same center that I did on that baby blanket, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it here, but it looks like a little star. So all it is 2 double crochet or 2 treble in UK and chain 2, and I did that 8 times. So you have that 8 times, and then I just started working, the corner and the 3, and then the corner and the 3 and the corner and 3, and I started doing that all the way around, and it does not pucker. It does not pucker at all. It lays perfectly flat and straight across. It is fabulous. There is no chain in it other than the corners. You can see I have, that's the wrong way around, and there is no chain. I simply just go straight across. No chain at all. And it works. It is, I'm loving this. And so, I'm really loving this. So yes, I've just been crocheting this and that, and I'm really, really enjoying this. Oh, I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. I did. We had a very relaxing Easter at home for the most part. What else was I going to say? I actually, so the reason I'm doing a video today is because for the past 2 days I went into work and worked a few hours, and then our VPN goes down. And whatever, if you don't know what a VPN is, it's something that lets us log into our work's system in order to work. And if that goes down, you're not doing anything. So that has gone down 2 days in a row, and we have not been able to work. So I am sitting here just relaxing now and working on my things and doing stuff I want to do. And now, of course, we have the weekend going to come up. And so I think it's going to be a restful weekend because my poor boyfriend, he lifted a case of water yesterday and he has thrown his back out. And so I think it's going to be a very restful weekend for us both. We're not going to be doing much. And I foresee some napping in my future today. Even though there's things I probably could be doing. But hey, you know, if I have a chance and I'm off of work, I'm going to take a little nap because I don't ever get to do that. So, but I do. I wanted to show y'all this because I do love to crochet as well. I do love my knitting more, but crochet was my first love. And I am not a slow crocheter, and you can tell that I am not a slow crocheter by any means, but that's because I've done it for so long, and I hold it a little different than the way that I was shown by my grandmother. And I can hold it all different kind of ways, just like I can with knitting. I taught myself all different kinds of ways, but this is the most comfortable way for me to crochet. And I hold my yarn like this. My grandmother held it like this and hold the hook like this and crocheted like this. And I can do that as well. But to hold it more like a pencil and downward a little bit and then put that yarn over my pinky, that really helped me later on. After crocheting for a couple of years, I started doing that, and been doing it like this now ever since, and it benefits me. And yeah, I think it makes me go faster. I really do, for me anyway. But I love this, and believe it or not, this is a worsted weight yarn. But I'm not a tight crocheter. I'm a looser crocheter, so I am using, I love these hooks. This is a tulip, if I can get the glare off of it, a 4.5 millimeter, so a size 7 crochet hook. And I love these. I absolutely love. I have the pink set and I have the black and gold set. And I don't have the red set. They come out with a red set, and I would like to get some of those eventually. But I do love these with the little grips on them and whatnot. And I don't normally like ones with grips at all. I prefer Susan Bates, but I do love these. And I use these quite a bit. So I'm just relaxing today. I did get my windy yarn in yesterday, and some needles that I will tell y'all, because I think I mentioned it in my live or something, that I was getting some needles from Hobium yarns that looked much like Zings. Well, let me tell you, they do. They really do. But they're a little more lightweight than Zings. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna just hold on just a second. If y'all notice, I don't like to edit my videos, so if you just pause just a second, I'm gonna go grab them and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Took just a second. So I'm gonna show y'all some of my, so this is a pair of them, and I'll show y'all the packaging and all that stuff. So this is the pair of them. These are actually, they're 4 mils. And they are very much like zings. They are very much like zings. But the cool thing about these ones is that not only do they print the sides on there, the 4mm, they also put, where is my camera? There. If y'all can see it. Can y'all see it? I don't think you can. Anyway, they put a 4 on there. On the end as well. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. But anyway, they do put a 4 on there. It's really small. But they do put that. I hate that y'all can't see it. But they do. They put it on there so you know what size it is. But they come in different colors. The only thing that they didn't have is they didn't have a 3.25 mil. They had a 4. They had a 3.5 mil. They have a 5 mil, and maybe maybe a 3 mil and then another bigger size, a 6 maybe. But that's it. No half sizes or anything like other than a 3.5. They didn't even have a 4.5, is from what I saw. But they have them. You can choose your color. So they have blue, they have red, which really to me this was more of an orange, a goldish yellow, and a purple. And so I got what they call red. I got yellow, gold, and I got the purple. So no matter what color yarn I'm using, I can use these. Now, I know I told y'all that if it's a back or something, it's going to be on a circular. It will. But I should be able to knit the fronts on straight needles or sleeves on straight needles just fine. It's just the backs that get a little heavy. But now that I've said that, oh, by the way, these are, I just noticed those don't, oh, let me show y'all the empty package. They're called Lauren Rhythm is what they're called. Lauren Rhythm. And here is some other information down here as well, if y'all can see without the glare. They're made in Turkey. But let me show y'all something else. And I don't know if y'all will be able to tell or not on the video. But I noticed something. When I put that up to my zings, it seems like, yes, the points are longer. They are longer, and the silver part is longer, of course. But the zing looks slightly larger. Well, it is. I mean, slightly larger than the 4mm on these. Will it make a difference in gauge? I don't know. So I have not tested that on a gauge swatch or anything yet to find out. Because the thing with that is if it does affect the gauge, then, I would have to use these just for something that I can knit the whole cardigan or sweater on these. But they are incredibly lightweight. I mean, much more lightweight than zings. There's nothing to these needles at all. I'm interested to see what the 5mm is like. I didn't buy those because I use these most of the time. But I was I like them. I do like them. I knitted a little bit with it, just a row on my cardigan, just to see how it was. And they knit beautifully. I can't really tell difference between these and zings. It's pretty much the same. Actually, these are a little bit more, they're more pointier, and they work really, really well. So anyway, that's those. Now let me show you the wool I got. Stay there. Okay, it was rolling, I'm sorry. I got a big bag of wool from a warehouse. Yes, I hug my yarn. I love my yarn. Anyway, I bought Windy. I've never bought Windy before. And I will tell you that the feel of this and the look of this, if you would combine Hayfield Bonus DK and King Cole price-wise, it would be this yarn. I'm pretty sure it would be this yarn. It's blended like those two. But it's Windy Supreme DK. And this is the color Pumpkin. Number 24. Pumpkin. Oh, well, that's lot 24. Shade WD 24. I'm sorry. WD 24. Pumpkin. And it is a beautiful, beautiful orange. I really like it. And it actually looks a lot more brighter on the screen than it is. But isn't that weird how it does? But I'm going to love knitting this. And I actually think if there's enough, the cable cardigan pattern I have, I think I'm going to knit this out of. That's what I keep having in mind. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this particular one. So, but anyway, I should have some others coming. I do have some Peytons. Hold on just a second. Let me adjust this here. I have some Peytons coming, some more Peytons Fab DK as well coming in forest green. And I'm trying to get shades now that I don't really have. You know, I that's what I've been trying to do. Of course, I've got more wool than I could probably ever knit in my life, but that's besides the point, isn't it? Oh, yes, and I love Superman as well. So, you know, I bought some of that, and then I have, from Hirschner's, I have some coming, China Blue color, that's more like an Aran. It's the same kind of yarn that the brown cardigan I'm knitting is. And then I have an emerald green coming as well in that. And I love that yarn. It's beautiful, beautiful stuff. And it knits up well. And actually the brown cardigan, you know, is an open moss. And that may very well be what those two will be as well. Because I love the way it knits up with that pattern stitch. So, yeah, it's, I love that. But that's really all I have for today. I don't really have much of anything else for you guys. Like I said, I just hope you all are doing very, very well, and I love you guys, and please be sure to thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and bye for now. Take care, you guys.